Shalom. I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honor to my apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the brothers out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth, delivering the message out there to the elect to run the race of salvation. And shalom to the elect, which consists of the men, women, and children, to have the true, sincere faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, the ones that's looking to earn their wings of salvation to flee this upcoming destruction. I'm the brother Amount out of the DC church coming at you with a video. Just going in the spirit for the most part. I put some precepts together, but what I want to leave you today, what I want to leave with you today is, because I asked myself this question: how do oneself become more spiritual? Because as we live in a world that's wicked and everything is wicked, and Satan is constantly trying to attack you in many different ways, how do you defend yourself? First line of defense is prayer. And then it's beautiful that I thought about that, because as putting some scriptures together that you can have all the discipline, all the strength, all the boldness and courageousness in the world, but if the Lord doesn't give it to you, you won't prosper. You won't move to the next level in this truth. And I tell myself, like, if you responded to the same things, the same way over and over again, you're not growing. So how oneself grows is, first is prayer, and then what? You got to have an action plan behind that to get ahead and maneuver over these things, not reacting the same way to certain things, So I just want to start with Matthew 6, verse 31. It says, therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? I'm going to start at 32. It says, for after these things the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and his righteousness, key point, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? So what you can go, like, in this world right now, therapy is a big thing, and all this these things to calm the mind and things of that nature. Right? You could do that physically, or you can do that with like the classes and whatnot that they give you, but in these end times, like, the Lord could still put a spirit on those individuals, and like, it doesn't matter. You have to be of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to be of good comfort. All right, so this is I'm gonna keep reading. It says, take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. But the thing about it, look, you gotta seek the kingdom first and the righteousness. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll start it off, right? Because you seeking these things, right? You have to walk thereby. You have to align your thoughts, your actions, and your decisions off Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's and the laws, statutes, and commandments. Even though we're under grace, we still keep the laws. So this is Romans 7, verse 14. It says, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I'm carnal, sold into sin. The law is spiritual because you get to title the things that you do wrong. Even though some things may be kind of like tough to put that in the law, you will still count certain things like, that's not worthy of me doing because it doesn't align myself with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's purpose or plan, movie, So we have to align ourselves and walk in the path of righteousness, and not of us fulfilling the lust of our flesh. It says, for that which I do I allow not, for what I would that do I not, but what I hate that do I. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me, right? And that's that battle, that's that struggle from doing things that you don't want to do and doing things that, that's good for you, So I'm gonna get this, and that's, it's gonna go on, but this is Galatians 5, verse 16. It says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Right? So what? you thinking carnally, you won't be able to do things spiritually. You could do it, but it's not as effective as if you was thinking spiritually, praying, fasting, supplications. Supplication means righteous begging, you know. And you see in this world, man, you have to put yourself into a supplication mindset, like begging the Lord, like because there's a whole bunch of individuals that want this truth, just want this knowledge, and the Lord has given us freely, something that's beautiful, and then what we cultivate, that seed, water that seed, and that seed grows, and you nourish that plant. Talking about the truth that is, right? Because the scriptures talk about the seed that fell on stony ground, right? But what we have hit the soil to where, amen, we're planted, and just dig those roots deeper by constantly seeking the Lord, doing the things, challenging yourself spiritually, not. And I said this to myself, like, while I was talking to Kwanzaa Nala about it, and like, sometimes like 1 day fast is not enough, or maybe okay, right? Even if you do the 2 day fast or 3 or whatever, but like sometimes it'll be like 2 weeks later you need to do it again because it keeps you from fulfilling the lust, fulfilling the flesh, right? It says, but if ye be led by the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, sedition, heresy, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. It's a big thing, being temperate in all things. Uh, Food, sex, alcohol, TV. What's crazy? Even the scriptures, man. Some jakes, they come in here guns blazing. And that's crazy. But I was thinking a while ago how like some jakes they come in this thing and it seem like they known the book or they been in the truth since they were like 12. But one thing, their faith wasn't strong to get and constantly endure, regardless of regardless of the shame, the hurt, the pain. This is to constantly endure, and the Lord rewards you for those things, man. He's not forgetful to reward you for those things. Look at all look at all the men of the Lord that's in the scriptures, man. Everybody had to suffer, But you got to look at it as like this. That's why I love the Shard Yagaolia. He had his word of the week was poise, and even though it was poise meaning being calm in certain situations, being stoic and things of that nature, the way he had said he looked at I forget the word, but I do the same thing, and I was like, I love that because I don't look at suffering as suffering. I look at it as it shaping and molding me to be a better person in the future. Because you look at suffering, you're gonna look at it as bad. I mean, it is bad, but it's a good bad. Like working out. Your muscles are sore, you feel tired, you feel weak, you sore, it hurts, but it's a good pain. But yeah, let me see, Slocky. It says meekness, temperance, against such there is no law, and they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the afflictions of lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Yeah, you gotta that walk, meaning like you aligning your life with pursuing your Hashem Yahweh as love. Just like King David, a man after the Most High's heart. We have to like see, pray for purpose. Strength and understanding that this walk is not easy. Let me get this. Let me see if I got it. Like I said, I put some stuff up, but it's not in like a good order. This is Hebrews 12, verse 12. It says, therefore, lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Fellow people, yep. So like basically, let me get in the NLT because the men or women, children that follow behind us, we didn't make our the leaders make our path straight, so they see how to. We're an example unto them. It says this is an NLT, Hebrews 12 and 12. So take a new grip with your tired hands and strengthen your weak knees. Mark out a straight path for your feet so that those who are weak and lame will not fall but become strong. And that's the thing, man. Look, you can only be strong in Yahweh Shem Yahweh. You can't be strong. You can't be strong without the Lord. All right, so that's when this comes into play. All right, let me just get this, and then we're gonna jump to how does it come? Like when you pray for more the double portion of the Spirit, and I gave pretty much the answer, but that's how it comes. You gotta pray for it, and then put the action plan behind it to get ahead and align yourself towards when the Lord does give it to you. You're not high-minded and just knowledge puffeth up. Not knowledge puffeth up. This is 1 John 5 verse. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Whosoever believeth that Yahweh Shai is Hamashiach is born of the Most High, and everyone that loveth him is begotten love him also that is begotten of him. By this we know that the love the children of the Most High. We love the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous, And once again, one of these Benjamites had told me that, I used to was a neighbor or whatever in the community. And he told me to protect my purity one time, so I used that, and the laws are not grievous because it protects us from things, the outside forces and things like that. Eating pork is defiled. They don't have a pancreas, or they don't sweat. So all of those toxins and poisons inside them, they eat anything. So that's why we have a certain dietary plan to where we don't eat a certain thing. We don't go outside on certain days. We're not supposed to cook and have sex on certain days. These things create in us, right? Hold on, let me just go here. Deuteronomy. I think it's 7:6. This is Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. The Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." And then we're above all people. I wanted to get the part where it says basically, this is a wise and understanding people, because look, we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, so that was given from us from heaven. Oh yeah, you gotta ask. So this is James. So give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I just saw it. I'm not wavering. Dang, Salakia. This is crazy. Oh yeah, Salakia. Double-minded. It said, "Any of you lack wisdom." I'm not Salakia. I'm being a little bit impatient. Riches. There you go, Salakia 5. This is James 1 and 5. It says, "If any." Let me just start at 1. This is James 1 and 1. It says, "James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations." You gotta think about that. You know, something's bad's going on with you. You take it as a point to where this is a learning point for me. The Lord is just trying to build me and strengthen me so I don't fall again. You know, repetition builds belief. It says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So you be more patient, you can be able to accept more long suffering. It says, but let long suffering have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and tired, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh Shemel Shai, that giveth all men liberty and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. And that's the thing, you gotta ask. You gotta ask. And prayer is important. Like sometimes, like I'll pray with Monica when he does the quick Hebrew prayer. Just so like I get another prayer in, you know. I make my own prayers too, but it's just good to pray. Pray without ceasing. It works. We all know it works, but we in this flesh, we need to be reminded again and again to constantly, be about this thing, man. Like constantly endure. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 9 verse 16. It says, "And hardly do we guess aright at the things that are upon the earth. With labor do we find the things that are before us." But the things, so you gotta labor to get ahead, and it's crazy that I'm so in there. But give me 1 second, I gotta grab this. Cause I kinda wanna see what it says in the GNT. Or the Good News Bible. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Just bear with me. 9 and what was it, 16? This is 13. There you go. It says this is in the GNT. Oh, my bad. The Good News Bible, Wisdom of Solomon 9 verse 16. It says, "All we can do is make guesses about things on earth, things that are close to us. Who then can ever hope to understand heavenly things?" Yeah, who can then understand heavenly things? That's you gotta. Oh my goodness, slow down. It says, "No one has ever learned your will unless you first give him wisdom and set your Holy Spirit down to him. And this way, people on earth have been set on the right path, have learned what please you, and have been kept safe by wisdom." Beautiful, man. So the Lord can only give you wisdom. Wisdom is a compound word. Wise and you got wise and dumb. Wisdom. Wise means to see. Wit, craft. It goes into a few things. But, and then doom is destruction. So you get to see the destruction before it's happened. So you got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Those things go together. It's like a duel, or they go together. It's like a car with the pistons and rods and the crankshaft and the spark plugs. It all works together. You can't have a functioning engine without those components. So they all work together. You need those things. So yeah, man, wisdom comes from above, right? So that's John. I'm not grabbed it. I need to delete these. So I know I got it somewhere. Yep, this is John 3 verse 27. It says, "John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven." So you got, if it's given from heaven, some gifts and secrets are not given unless it's asked. Because once again, if you repeating the same, or you ever acting the same towards certain situations, you haven't grown. And that's the thing about this truth. It says, actually wrote there by Slovakia. desire the sincere milk that you may grow it by. And this thing is about sincerity and truth, man. You know, and what we know that to be the spirit of truth. Like if you constantly enduring and seeking the Lord, man, those things are going to be added unto you because you're seeking Yahweh Hashem Yahweh's love. It says, "Seek ye the kingdom first, and everything shall be added unto thee." A lot of people in this world, man, they're seeking these fleshly things. Like I said, people want to go to therapy and things of that nature. Your therapy is not going to work when all hell breaks loose. Your stomach, if you haven't, it's going to be mandatory fast. Shortage of food and water, the chaos is going to come. That's, you're going to need the spirit of the Lord to overcome in those days, right? Let's see. What else I got? Oh, here we go. Look. This is John 6. This is spirit. Satan, bro. As soon as I thought I got rid of them, I brought some tools for this little gnats in the house, man. Plague and stuff. It says, this is John 16, verse 33. It says, "These things I have spoken unto you that..." Come on, man. It's all good. It says, "These things I have spoken unto you that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." And that's the thing. You can't overcome this world without Yahweh Shah, man. You see a lot of dudes, they come in here not, hey, Sakari, come in here and not praising the sun. Hey, man, eventually, the Lord will have you looking bugged out. Look at the dude in Mississippi, Babalu. Yeah, so I don't even want to say it because I don't even know how to really say it. Because it's like that dude is always bugged out, man. And the whole time, you would think a man to be in the truth, but then the whole time, man, he bugged out his mind. So you can't get comfort, but of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Let me see if because there was a few of them that was pretty good. It says on the spirit, brother. This is John 16 verse 13. It says, "How be it when he, the spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth, for he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come." And that's the thing. Yahweh Shai gave us things to come, showed us things to come, right? So that's why we're going to be more comfort in those days, because we knew famine was coming. We knew that chaos and calamity is coming, pestilence and Esau being the wicked, and day by day he's being more revealed who is the wicked. Him having this city, like basically this world is all already, like not digital at times, but like surveillanced, and they collecting data and they're selling your data to other companies and situations of that nature. They get those weird phone calls, and I'm like, man, what the hell's going on here, man? People data is being sold, and it is what it is. These are the things we have to go through, but be of good cheer. The Lord have to overcome the world. It says, but yeah, I thought about this because the brother Michaela, I'm saying his name right. He did a video on this, because sometimes we be down and out. When you're down and out, you always don't feel the best. You don't think the best, and we know to turn to the Lord, because he can turn that around, because he's the creator of all things. This is Psalms 51 verse 12. It says, "Restore unto me the joy of salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit." You gotta ask the Lord to restore joy unto me, so like what we could constantly endure. Because if you that's why the apostles and elders, they talk about, and the bishops, they talk about, like, sometimes you gotta have fun with this thing, man. If you just in a certain mindset all the time, it's not enjoyable. Of course we enjoy doing the work and serving the Lord, but there's the scriptures talk about we entertain strangers. All right. But yes, let me see. It says, we'll come in the world. Seek the kingdom. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. What's crazy? Look, this is John 6 and 58. It says, This is the bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead, that he eateth of this bread shall live forever. Yeah, so you gotta eat of your Howard Shah. I don't know why I put that in there. Cause yeah, cause I said through the spirit, like my intros be, uh, you know, like exhorting, um, and basically, and I say motivational, right? And I was thinking to myself, I'm just like, nobody says that, but I said I can say that because that's like this is John 6:63. It says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." You know, and these words it motivates us to get ahead and go seek the Lord even more and harder and harder. So as a man thinketh, that shows how he is. So as you think that, what it says, therefore, give me 1 second, Salaki. Damn, that's in here too. Slovakia, we have same spirit. Oh yeah, that was another one too. Comparing spiritual thing with spiritual thing, but it's all good. This video kind of is already lengthy. I'll read this and close it out because we gotta remind ourselves to stay in the spirit. And by staying in the spirit, the Lord shall sustain. Hey, the Lord. That's another Proverbs 22. Let me get this instead. Proverbs 23. Hopefully, it pops up still. I'm not sure exactly what it said. Give me because in this truth, man, like once again, you gotta pray so the Lord shall sustain thee. Because working with your own hands or working with your own mind, like I said, you can have all the discipline in the world, but if you don't pray to the Lord to sustain you, you won't be able to sustain because this flesh is weak. You know. I don't know how it goes. Oh man, is it that? Let me check. Nah, nah, that's not it. I'll read it anyway. It says, Psalm 55. I don't know why I was 20. I said 23. Let me get this. Because this is important. And it's like, it'd be those small scriptures where you could apply to life. It'd be the small scriptures where you could apply it through like a lot of your life. What did it say? 22. This is Psalms 55 and 22. It says, cast thy burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved, right? And it's beautiful because the scriptures talk about, it says, be still and know that I am the Lord. I will be exalted and let me just get that one. And then I'm gonna close it out, because it's beautiful how the scriptures line up with each other. 47, I believe, towards the end. And then even in Egypt, the brother Abraham had put the video like, hey, yo, be still, so the Lord would show you his salvation. Bring us over the heathen, holiness. I said, no, that's not it. Oh man, it says be still. Is it 37? I know. But y'all leave it alone. I'm almost there though. 38. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but it's just in this, in this thing, man. Cast your burdens upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. Let me get the word for sustain. And this is Adam online. Let me do this on first. Proverb. No, slow, brother. 55:22. Get the word for sustain. So you gotta maintain so you sustain. So you ask the Lord to be sustained. And the Hebrew word for sustain is ka'al. It's a ka, awa, kawal. Yeah, kawal. A ka, awa, and a la. And it says to seize, contain, measure, calculate, to sustain, maintain, contain. Yeah, see, we gotta maintain this thing. You know, it says to support, to sustain, support, nourish. You know, we need this daily bread, right? This bread that fell from heaven, and then you have a shine, so we can be sustained and nourish our flesh, our spiritual bodies, our spiritual minds. You know, you gotta nourish the spirit. Okay, how you get nourished, you get ahead and come into the, you know what I'm saying? Come into the peace right here. This is the peace. So even though the truth hurts, right? Or the truth, it don't hurt, you know, whatever, man. You know, we get the truth. The whole point of the matter is the truth. You know, some people don't want to receive the truth because it can be hard. It can be hard to hear and hard to say, but we still have to do these things. So contain, hold in, restrain, support, endure. It says to be supplied, to contain, hold, endure, contain, to sustain, endure. But I wanted to get this on Adam because it was pretty good. Like for the sake of time, I'm gonna just jump down and just get to the real nitty gritty points. It says hold up, bear, suffer, endure. It says hold up, hold upright, flourish. This means to supply, bear, and indigo, endure. This is from the simulated from the sub up, from below, tense, hold up. So it holds up from below, you know? And so that's understanding. And that's beautiful. You know, so with that, I hope you was edified, exhorted, and motivated in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Kabadash. Double honor to my apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the brothers out there, pushing the word of sincerity and truth, delivering a message to the elect out there to run the race of salvation. And shalom to the elect, which consists of the men, women, and children that have the true, sincere faith of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the ones that's looking to earn their wings of salvation to flee this upcoming destruction. The brother Mafasi, shalom.